What we see the future of token offerings being in the space is we're seeing a wave of institutions that typically are PE firms and investment management firms, wealth management firms that are trying to structure assets in a new way and trying to represent those assets as tokens on a blockchain. And what we've done is try to help the convergence of public and private blockchains meet by putting forward the regulated asset-backed token framework. What that framework does is helps to define how you can have a token live on a public network, a public ledger like Ethereum or EOS or any number of these ledgers that are out there, and actually comply with regulations in their relevant jurisdictions. So for example, if you have an asset-backed token that's a security, there are certain transfer restrictions on securities. You need to be an accredited investor to purchase a security, or a qualifying investor internationally to purchase a security. And then there's transfer restrictions that if you're a holder of that security, you can't transfer it to somebody else that's not accredited. So when you have a token that's digitized, put on a blockchain, a public blockchain, those restrictions don't exist. And it's a risk to rely on the investors themselves to self-regulate. So what this framework has done is put in place a combination of a number of different technologies that we've worked with Microsoft, with Intel, and some other global firms to really put together the concept of having a token on a public network that's a security and enforcing those transfer mechanisms via smart contracts. And what we essentially do is we allow the operator of the system to KYC their users or their investors to make sure that those investors are accredited, and then put in a whitelist on public addresses, or basically wallet addresses that are accredited wallet addresses. And now you have this system where if somebody transfers to another address that's not accredited yet, it sends off a trigger to the operator. They can approve them after receiving the proper paperwork and the workflow, or they can deny that transfer. And then that's actually regulating that transfer on a public network. So that you get into this situation where you now have the benefits of the public network of openness, transparency, all of these benefits of public networks, but also facilitating and implementing the regulations into the code as well.